Right, Swansea at the weekend, and after days, weeks, months, years and decades of criticism, Wayne Rooney finally scored some goals. He smashed a hat-trick against Club Brugge. Adam, has all this
Yo,
criticism been ridiculous, over the top, classic Wayne Rooney criticism, or is it justified?
basically the big man is back. I told everyone to chill out. Rooney's a slow starter. He'll get going eventually. And when he does, he'll score a few goals. Now, I'm not going to get carried away. Club Brugge aren't the best of opposition. But it's a decent start for him. And what I liked about his goals as well, he was always on the shoulder of the defender. There weren't pot shots. There weren't deflected shots. There were proper poacher's goals. He was running in between the lines, running on the defender's shoulder, and he was neat finishes as well. So that's what impressed me the most. The kind of chances that they were, he could have been rash with them if he was snatching at his opportunities and just trying to get a goal really quickly. But he wasn't. He was calm, collected, and he got his 3 goals. Well done, Wazza.
Hayley, do you agree? Is he back? Is that it? We're sorted?
Using the word back, I don't know about that, but he's definitely. I mean, even before the first goal in the game yesterday, on Wednesday night, I thought that he looked a little bit still like he had in the previous games, rusty, for want of a better word. As soon as he got the goal, he looked like a different player. His head went up. He was hungry, and his touch improved, and he just looked like he was going to get more. He looked like, more like the Rooney of old, and I don't see there any reason why he can't go and score 20 plus goals this season for us. Yes, people get OTT when things aren't going well because you get frustrated. 3 games in a row, your striker's not scoring, especially when you go through a 0-0 where you have loads of chances. Who do you look to? You look to your man up top and you go, your captain, why aren't you scoring? And people get frustrated. It's probably a little bit unfair, some of the criticism recently, and as I said, OTT, but he's going to be fine. It looks like he's going to be fine. He just needs to keep going and get on a run now.
Okay, Jonas, do you agree?
Still think he needs to score in the Premier League. I don't think that...
Boom, there it is. Jonas isn't holding any punches. Get goals in the Premier League.
No, I don't think that Club Brugge is going to be the yardstick to say if he's back or not. But I still think that strikers thrive on goals. I mean, confidence still boasts following a performance like that. A hat-trick is always a hat-trick. I mean, it's a hat-trick in a big game as well. I mean, it was a huge game for Manchester United. So I think that for his sake, yeah, it was good. But talking about him being back, I wouldn't be that hasty to say that until he scored.
He didn't go anywhere, though. He's always, he's not back because he didn't go anywhere. He just had a slow start. I mean, look at most of the other top strikers in the league. They haven't got many goals either. Isn't Wayne Rooney like our top goal scorer now?
Well, of course.
I know it's only a hat-trick in one game, but he scored his goals. There were strikers' finishes, and he got them. If he can carry that form into the confidence and that it will bring into the game against Swansea, then happy days. But he never went anywhere, so to say he's back. Maybe I'm a bit stupid to say that.
Okay. Right, let's not focus on an individual and talk about the whole team. In 2015, we sort of accept that football is a squad game. However, Louis van Gaal has mostly stuck to the same players. We've seen no signs of the likes of Valencia. I think Fellaini's had about 6 minutes. What do you think, Adam? Are we now looking like a...
Fellaini's suspended, isn't it? So Fellaini's been suspended.
Yeah, good one. I'll shut up.
Yeah, so, yeah, do your research, Stan. But apart from that, I think Valencia, I'm glad not to see him in the team. I don't think he's good enough. And I think now Fellaini's back in the squad. I think he may take his place on the bench.
And another one is Herrera, who's only had minutes and got his start on Wednesday, but that's about it.
And the thing that I would like to see him play is when he got his start yesterday, he was as a central midfielder, one of the deep line too. That's not his spot. Why are you playing him there? Louis van Gaal said he wanted to take him off after 13 minutes. Fair dues. But in the second half, we got to see the best of him. And that was because Bastian Schweinsteiger came on for Januzaj, took that position deeper in the central midfield and allowed Ander Herrera to play with a bit more freedom further up the field. I've been saying this for weeks. What United have been missing is that link-up between our 2 CMs and our forward players. We've been missing that buzzing around player that's just going to buzz around, get things going. Ander Herrera is that man. He needs to start against Swansea.
Okay. Hayley, what do you think? Should we be using more of our players or focusing on the ones that have been playing?
Adam just completely stole all of my thunder. He's taking my words now. What am I going to say? We love Ander Herrera. Yes, some of us are fanboys and fangirl in my case. But it's not just a case of, oh, we love you, Ander Herrera. There's absolutely no reason to play you except because you're beautiful. No, that's not.
I love Falcao.
Yeah, you did. And he was bad, to put it politely. And Herrera, he adds something to the team that's so important. Okay, in the first half he was poor due to, he was played in a position which Adam said was too deep for him, and he wasn't able to affect the play. Put him in a more advanced, essentially a number 10 role. He got an assist. He took his goal very, very well. He was calm. I mean, the pass by Basti was absolutely phenomenal, and it just made me think of those sort of things said by everyone on Twitter about, why are you buying a 30-year-old, 31-year-old? He's passed it. Jog on, mate. Passed it. Right, lovely.
He did pass it.
He's absolutely, he's 100% still got it. Okay, he mightn't be quite as good as he was 5 years ago, but Paul Scholes, every player goes a little bit backwards in terms of, they lose some of their quality, but that doesn't make them not still up there with some of the best around. So, I was just dead chuffed.
I love the way Sam asked the question about, should we start using our squad a little bit more? And we've just eulogized over Herrera and Basti and Schweinsteiger.
I think that's okay. I think that's what people want to hear.
We don't play by the rules.
Do we want, mate?
It's tangent. Okay, back into focus. The answer is play Herrera in the number 10 role, Schneidlin and Schweinsteiger. Let's roll with that. And yes, Valencia's not going to get back in. Come on, sorry Valencia, but it shouldn't happen.
Okay, right. But... Jonas, are you ready for this?
I am.
Squad game, bare 11 game, and Herrera. It's a beautiful man. Where do you stand on all of this?
Where he plays, you mean? I think, I agree with what both Adam and Haley are saying, that he should be playing in that number 10 role behind the striker. I mean, his movement, his willingness to always want the ball, he always craves the ball. I mean, and he moves so much that he cannot play in a disciplined number 6 or number 8 role. I mean, it's never been his game. I watched him a lot when he played for Athletic as well in Spain, and he was always that 10 who moved deep and got the ball, or he was the number 8 who was allowed to roam freely and kind of be the playmaker next to someone like Gurpegi or Javi Martinez. I mean, he's never been the sort of player who you look to sort of stabilize the midfield. And we saw it last season as well with Manchester United. He couldn't do the job. I mean, that's why Van Gaal was reluctant to play him as well, because he didn't think that he was the one to stabilize the midfield. So, I mean, having someone like Schweinsteiger or Schneiderlin next to him now is perhaps going to help him perhaps get a more free role if he's played even deeper. But I still think next to Michael Carrick, I don't think that you get that stability there, because both of those players want the ball. Both of those players want to create from deep. So I still think that playing him in that number 10 behind Rooney, in which he can sort of give him free movement and sort of link the midfield and attack together, which seems to have been the locking problem for Manchester United now in the first 3 games in the league. I think it's only going to help Man United, especially if they can get something from Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin in midfield, or Carrick and Schneiderlin, or Carrick or Schweinsteiger. I mean, you have a solid base there which he can build upon, and which he can be given the freedom which he craves, and perhaps also give Manchester United some glory in attack and not only defence. Okay,
very well said. Right, Jonas, would you start Ander Herrera against Swansea? Tell us your team.
My team would be. I mean, Romero has to play because he doesn't let in goals. I mean, he's been very good since he's come in. I believe in consistency in defence. I think that same defensive line, which has been playing the first 5 games, should still be playing. Shaw, Blind, Smalling, and Darmian have been fantastic. I mean, you cannot, knock any of those guys off. And I agree with Haley saying that Valencia's probably a bit past it now, considering that it's not really a right back, and he can't defend, to be honest. I think in midfield, I'd say play. I'd say play Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin in midfield. I'd play Herrera ahead of them. I'd play Memphis out left. I'd play Mata out right, and I'd play Rooney up front. I mean,
okay. Haley, what's your team?
Yep, pretty boring. I like what Jonas said. Romero will be in goals. Shaw's been fantastic. Smalling, Blint, Darmian. The back 5 just as it is every week, and then go for it. Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Herrera number 10, Memphis, Rooney. It works. Let's try and start with that, and let's have Schweinsteiger in the middle controlling things, and give Herrera that more advanced role where he can do things.
Okay, Adam.
Did you both drop Carrick?
Yeah.
Yes. They did both drop Carrick. I was going to say, Adam, you and Haley obviously have the same choice in clothes, but do you agree with her team?
Not intentional, I promise.
It was intentional. Haley texted me, said, "Yo, make sure you wear your black hoodie." Anyway,
I didn't get the
we've
memo.
got. What was the question?
What do you think of their teams? As you pointed out, they both dropped Carrick dropped
Yes.
Januzaj. No David De Gea.
I'd drop
no...
Januzaj for Herrera. That's something I'd definitely do, even
Yep.
though I've said Januzaj has been fantastic recently. It's a difficult one with Carrick and Schweinsteiger, or Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin, or Carrick and whatever. But I'd go with the same, the Schmidfield. Let Schweinsteiger, let Schneiderlin start. I think it's going to be the case with Schweinsteiger. Whenever he starts, he'll come off for Carrick and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see that a lot throughout the season. So I'm happy with that. But I'm going to use this moment to eulogise over our fullbacks. Darmian and Luke Shaw are fantastic. And when I think about our defence and the problems we've had over the years at centre-half, which we still got, obviously I think I've been a bit harsh on Daley Blind. I think he's done better than I probably give him credit for. But at fullback, we're sorted, aren't we? We're
having a great time.
None of them get injured. But
Don't let them get injured.
I love them too, lads. And Luke Shaw's come back. He's looking better than ever. Well done to Luke Shaw, because over the summer, him and Januzaj, they took the fitness coach on holiday with them. They got trained up. They got bigger. They put on some gains, and they're showing a lot for it. So well done to them two lads to show that they want to do the well at Manchester United.
Okay, right, Haley, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Swansea.
Yes. Swansea.
What's the danger?
I'm a little bit scared about this. Don't know how the rest of you feel, but I'm a little bit scared. Gomez has been very good form recently. I can't remember what I saw his record was, but it was decent. I think he's going to cause us some problems. And this, I don't know if this is just because, we had Newcastle at home, and our away tie against Aston Villa have not been great recently, and we managed to get a 1-0 win fairly comfortably, although the attack wasn't great. But I think we're really going to be put to a test here. Our defence is finally going to be challenged. Romero's going to be challenged. Smalling has got to be. He's been brilliant recently. He's got to stay at that level, and this is really going to challenge Blint. And not so worried about the fullbacks. The boys, as Adam said, they've been fantastic. But I just want to win this game. I don't care how we do it, because they've really looked good this year so far, and even last year. And I really like what Gary Monk's done with them. They're like Crystal Palace. I like them as a team. They play good football. So at this stage, I would definitely, take whatever you can get to 1-0, 2-1, because it's an away tie, and it will put us in a really good position if we can win it. But it's going to be tough.
Okay. Jonas, what do you think? Do you agree?
No, I disagree a little bit with the fullbacks being free from danger in this game. I think Jefferson Montero has been one of the best players in the league this season, out on the left for Swansea. I mean, he took Ivanovic to places he's never been before against Chelsea. I mean, I've never seen Ivanovic being toyed with as much as Montero did. I mean, he had 3 different right backs against Newcastle because Janmat was sent off after he completely annihilated him. I mean, Montero, I've seen him a bit before. I mean, he's a great player, and he seems to be finally coming into his own in the Premier League. I also think that Andre Ayew is going to be fantastic in the Premier League as well. I mean, I watched him a lot last season when Bielsa was at Marseille, and I mean, he's a fantastic player. He's the type of player who's never going to give up, and he always seems to find a bit of space. He always seems to find, that pass or gets a chance or whatever. I mean, you saw it against Chelsea as well. He was fantastic in that game as well. And I mean, as Haley mentioned with Bafétimbi Gomez up front, they have a constant threat there as well. If not, if United manage to lock off the midfield, I still think that Gomez can create a lot on his own. Give him one chance and he usually bags it away. So I mean, there's threats all over the place with Swansea, and I think that United will need to score first in that game. I mean, they need to put the pressure on Swansea early on. If Swansea get the chance to score first and they get the first goal, I think that they have the players and the personnel and the style of play to completely dominate Manchester United.
Okay. Adam, everyone's scared of Swansea.
Yeah, so Swansea, they've obviously got some very good players. Like Jonas said, you're looking at Montero, Ayew, even the likes of Key, John Joe Shalvey, as poor as he is, always seems to do well against Manchester United and against the big team. So we have to be on guard. We've lost our last 2 games against them as well. Maybe 3. Did we lose the second one under Moyes against them? I can't remember. But since we won against them at the Liberty Stadium under Moyes, we haven't haven't done very well against them. They're unbeaten in the league at the moment. They got a very good point at Chelsea. So we'll be on our toes. I kind of hope we beat Newcastle just so we could go into this and a draw wouldn't be that disappointing because it is going to be a difficult game.
Okay, right, let's wrap this mother up. Adam, prediction, go.
I think it's going to be a draw, but I'm going to say 2-1 United.
Okay, Hayley.
Stepped on my toes there. I'll go for 1-0.
Jonas?
2-1 Swansea.
Okay. That's what a
First
horrible
time
prediction.
ever.
Look, mate. We don't have this. We don't have this. We always predict they'll win, even if we know they won't. Right. 2-0 Manchester United. Heard it here first. That's what the score's going to be.
Tomorrow, and you're supposed to say we'll win.
Okay.
Still think Swansea will do it.
All right. Well,
Lie
thank you,
to
Jonas.
yourself. That's what we all do. Lie to yourself.
That's the spirit, Haley. Right, guys, thank you for joining us on Skype. That's it, everybody. Get in the comments below. Let us know what you thought of the preview, and we'll see you next time.